What up, 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 what up? Here we go again, back again for another weekly book review. Now, before I start this one, I gotta give you guys a gem early. I don't know where you're listening to it from, but I want you to jot down this phrase. Knowledge is to be gained and passed along. Okay, say that again nice and slow. Knowledge is to be gained and passed along. Because this next book, I remember, man, it was maybe about four or 5 years ago now. I was chatting with my boy Omar. Shout out Omar Powell. Shout out to you, man. I was chatting with him, and he had just gotten back from a trip from San Diego, and he was telling me about this trainer named Todd Durkin. I mean, the excitement in his face. Like, yo, Todd Durkin, dog. Todd, dog. I guess he has a gym in San Diego named Fitness Quest 10 or something like that. And Omar was just training there for his trip, and we were talking about just ways of growing in the business and things of that nature. And as I was approaching my early 30s, late 20s, as I was getting into my 30s, I kind of remember the conversation, and I was looking for some books to read, and the name Todd Durkin was kind of stuck in my head, and it was because he had passed along that name. So today's book review is The Wow Book by Todd Durkin. The Wow Book by the Todd Durkin. 52 ways to motivate your mind, inspire your soul, and create wow in your life. All right, the Wow Book. He's a very, very well-known trainer in our business. He was basically Drew Brees' right-hand man when he's in San Diego. And actually, I listened to a recent he has a podcast named The Impact Show. And I recently listened to an episode in which Jameis Winston was on it, and he was talking about how he moved to San Diego just for the off season, just to train with Todd Durkin. And it really kind of goes back to that phrase about how knowledge is to be gained and passed along. Because once Drew Brees said he's the man, then, Jameis Winston and all these things. So again, the Wow Book by Todd Durkin, he goes into 52 ways. My favorite, let me just get right into it. My favorite, he has 52 ways of motivating you, and it was hard. It was really difficult to pick a favorite, but for the sake of this particular book review, because as I always tell you guys, I don't want to keep you on here for too long, my favorite one was the 10th one, which was belief. Belief. And belief, it's so important, because as someone who has been in the fitness business, has been back at, the belief, and Todd Durkin is one of those guys that he taught a lot, he teaches a lot. He runs a mastermind group as well, where he has retreats and things like that. And he teaches a lot of trainers that you're so much more than just physically helping someone. You can train people's mind. You can train how they think. You can just make their day better simply by what you preach. Well, okay, let me just get to it. Belief. He says in belief, he goes in about two phrases. He goes, what if? What if I fail? What if I succeed? What if I'm ahead of my time with this idea? What if this? What if that? And then the last phrase, he goes, what if I stop saying what if and start saying when I fail, I'll get back up and do it all over again and be smarter and better. When I succeed, I'm going to be able to have more time, freedom, and money and freedom, and I'll help give back to society even more. When I fail and people make fun of me, I will use it as fuel to continue building my life. When I try, I will be content to know I did my best and that I will continue to move forward each and every day. So he changes the language and the verbiage, and hopefully you guys kind of get an understanding of how important that is instead of saying what if, start to say when I. And even before certain things happen, like you understand how that little phrase, how that little things, how that just flipping the switch of the mindset can completely change your day. And I used to tell the members at 9 Round all the time, you have a good day can turn into a good week week's going to turn into a good month is going to turn into a good year, and good years are going to turn into a great life. And it's all about switching those little phrases. So instead of saying that's today's takeaway, instead of saying what if, start to say when I. Small things. I've actually, Todd Durkin, and I'll close with this. Todd Durkin was the first one I heard, and I listened to a few of his keynotes and things like that. He would say all the time, the two most important days in your life is the day that you were born and the day you figure out why. Got deep. He got deep. Again, I see my time running a little short on time. But anyway, this week's book review, The Wow Book, 52 Ways to Motivate Your Mind, Inspire Your Soul, and Create Wow in Your Life, by my main man, Todd Durkin. Make sure you guys get you a copy. Everyone, and oh yeah. So, Move Swiftly workshops. Don't forget to get you some Move Swiftly workshops. I'm now currently enrolling in my sports marketing 101 courses. Again, another incredible opportunity where I'm going to be able to really teach sports marketing from the perspective of a former scout. See, here I'll talk a little bit about my sports marketing classes, because there's so many people who can teach sports marketing, but the most of the time you see sports marketing courses being offered from the perspective of entertainment. How do I get into entertainment? How do I be like an announcer and things like this? When you take sports marketing classes with me, you're talking to someone who was a former scout. And I figured out a way to drive the revenue to tryouts, drive the revenue towards training, drive the revenue towards getting people showing up and getting the scouts paid, getting the people that are in the business of looking for the players to give you opportunities to create more programs and to create more funding, to drive the revenue to the people that are looking for the players. We don't have enough of that. That is so incredibly important. We don't have enough money going into how do I create we don't have enough revenue going into how do I find players. All right, we have depended too much. We're depending too much on social media. We're depending too much on college campuses, college coaches to do the recruiting for us. We're depending so much on the commodity that we, as sports marketers, as people who are in this business, who have been in this business for a while, haven't figured out a way to make it so sports and the money that sports is generating, the revenue that sports is generating, is going towards finding players. That's what we don't have enough of, and that's really the core of the sports marketing classes that I'm going to be offering. It's so much we can get into right now. I'm almost upset that I even got myself on the topic, because I kept you on here for another 2 minutes. But anyway, make sure you inquire about those. Message me, and we'll talk more about it. There's tons of opportunities there. And like I mentioned, the Move Swiftly workshops, make your move. It's ready. It's ready for you guys to be getting as pre-order. And a lot of what I teach and Make Your Move is going to be the basis of what I'm going to be teaching for my sports marketing classes and things like that. So again, I appreciate everyone that's been tuning in, man. We've come a long way. We'll just say it like that. I'm fully vaccinated now, so I'm able to go out and move around and visit wherever I need to visit, go speak wherever I need to visit, set up tables wherever I need to set up tables. All of that, I'm ready to go. I got my vaccination Friday, and man, yesterday I was wiped out. I still am a little off of it, as you might be able to tell, but I'm fully vaccinated. We're ready to roll. The 2 books are out. I'm ready to rock and roll with you, man. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.